This video is produced to help people reading the internal structure of cloud hands to learn the basic exercises and understand that it's very difficult to learn them from still photos in the book. The first exercise, or the first solo piece of the book, is commencement, the beginning of the Taiji form. And commencement is a very interesting movement because it contains the four fundamental internal genes that are used and are the foundation of the entire Taiji form. So the first part of the commencement is sinking and floating. And in doing that, you produce what's in Chinese peng. The interesting aspect is you have to continuously sink. Once your sinking stops, your rising stops. Whether it's physical, whether it's internal, and I'll show you two different ways of doing it. One is I'll do it very physically, where I'm going to sink physically the entire time my arms are rising. I can also sink internally. But the key is, once I have stopped sinking, that's the end of that part of commencement. So, I'm sinking. The next phase is G, or press, extending, focusing on. Third phase is Liu, drawing in or sucking into the center. Fourth phase is on, or pushing in. So commencement is a way of understanding four internal changes in a circular pattern. If you look at this from the side view, the circularity becomes more apparent. In the book, I use two exercises, I think, which are very good for developing the energy moving from your center to periphery and back into your center, and from moving from earth to heaven, from heaven to earth. These two exercises, although they appear relatively simple, are actually fairly complex. But at least here you'll get an idea of how to physically perform the exercises and practice them. The first one, from center to periphery, everything's gathering into the center. Everything's expanding. It gathers back in. Expands. On a macro level, which is the kind of physical movement, you want to have timed so that everything opens simultaneously, everything closes simultaneously. On a more sophisticated level, all the joints and cavities in your body close simultaneously with the timing of the macro movement, and everything opens simultaneously with the timing of the macro movement. If you look again from the side view, just show the alignment of the body. I go into a squat, come back straight. I don't arch my back, stay straight. And this can be done, with a shallower squat, or it can be done with a very deep squat. Again, balance. The depth of your posture by the place in which your body can stay loose and comfortable. The other exercise, which is going from earth to heaven and heaven to earth, go into the earth, draw energy up your Zongding, central channel, through the byway, and above. Come back down. Your awareness should basically trace and follow your chi as it moves up and down your Zongding. Again, from the side view, as opposed to the gathering exercise where you're doing a squat, here your body should remain vertical. Again, all the timings should complete simultaneously on top and complete simultaneously on the bottom. The next exercise, which is one of Juan Hauda's exercises, which I call swimming in the book, because he never gave names to them. You may have seen Qigong exercises that do this type of movement, but most of the time they're taught just as shoulder loosening exercises. The real purpose of this is to cultivate twisting and spiraling along your left and right alignments. So it's really a whole body exercise. It's not just this. And then it goes in reverse. Releasing, gathering. The next exercise is also another one of Master Wong's, which I call kind of turning post. There's the very familiar standing post exercise in Qigong. This exercise is like that, but it involves also turning through pulling alternately through the psoas. And I'm using this to connect into my lower back and turn the wheel around my axle, which is my central channel, or Zongding. As you do this exercise and you become stable, you can increase the speed. The final exercise I want to demonstrate is rolling cloud hands, which is a variation of cloud hands as a Qigong, which involves keeping the palms facing each other through the entire movement. This facilitates loosening the organs and loosening the organs from the spine. Be sure to keep your arms lengthened from your spine. As well, keep your hips stable and level, and don't tip your body. There's a tendency I've seen with a lot of people when they learn this to kind of do this. Try to really keep this tight. If you look at my abdomen as I'm doing this, there's a lot of movement because this is like rolling figure eights through my belly. Now, I'll show you as an example. If you take a kind of length of stick and do this, the stick is basically carving out an ellipse, a conic section, and it's moving in space. It's useful and helpful to use the stick. So those are the basic solo exercises that are used in the book. I also want to do a demonstration of the three different styles of Taiji that I'm familiar with, doing cloud hands. And the first will be the kind of classic Yang style, second will be Wu style, and the third will be the Chen Man Qing. The only real difference in any of these styles internally is in the Wu style, there's an outward G strike at the connection of the two hands. Other than that, the internal changes are identical through all three styles. So in the Yang style, You have the pairings, starting from here, on and pump. From the center, U and G, on and pump. And these pairings are the same in all the different variations you see of cloud hands. The Wu style, which right at this point has a quick G discharge, also emphasizes aligning the unweighted foot up the spine. So it tends to be more extended. If you look at this from the side kind of position, you can see how there's a line up the spine from the back foot. The third, which is Chen Min Ching's variation of the Yang style, really emphasizes the turning of the waist. So this is the first video, which includes all the solo exercises. I'm going to be doing a second one, which will include partner exercises. Thank you.